I am quite a forgetful person. My short-term memory is like a sieve. All through school, if I didn't write down homework, I would just forget about it completely. So keeping myself organised is quite an important part of my life. Otherwise, I'd just forget everything that I had to do. This has been particularly important at Cambridge, at university, and it's been a feature of my whole educational life so far. So over many years of education, I've developed a system to help me know what I should be doing, what I've done, what I'm going to do, all of the time. So I'd like to share that with you, and that comes in the form of a weekly timetable. So I've been doing these for about 8 years now. I started in year 7 when I was 11 years old. A fair few people have asked me over those 8 years what this is, so I'm going to explain it to you now. So weeks when I'm at school or university, every Sunday night I print out a new timetable, and it's as simple as that. Just a timetable. It lists this one in particular from a few weeks ago, all of my supervisions and all my lectures, plus a few other things I did during the week. And on the back, kind of just a grid table thing where I can write all of my homework or supervision work or whatever. And I'll give you a closer look at this in a minute. I do one of these every week so I can write all over it, and I fold it up and keep it in my pocket all the time. Like, as much as my phone is in my pocket, this is in my pocket. So let's take a look at this, shall we? So I didn't manage to quite start at the beginning of term. This is middle of week 2 I started this because I was a bit unorganised, to be honest, at the beginning of term. Didn't get around to making one of these. But hopefully you can see, despite it being a bit worn from being in my pocket for a week, they all end up like this. These represent lectures. So I had prologue lecture, software engineering lecture, logic and proof. I wrote in computer design there. I probably understood that at the time. Maybe that was hand-in computer design, or do computer design, or computer design supervision, something along those lines. Then software engineering supervision there. Down here I wrote in group meeting because that would have been scheduled after I printed this, I guess. The next day that got cancelled, I crossed it off. Basically everything I was doing. That was when the Boaty bar crawl was. There's a video on that. So this is like vital in my life to know what I'm doing. I could use my phone and put a calendar on there. In fact, I do that as well. But I find this much easier to pull this out of my pocket and instantly I've got my timetable. It sounds like a nice idea to use a phone, but it's not really that easy in practice. And then it's really easy to scribble over this and make changes to my timetable. Then on the back, this is for me the most important part, all of my supervision work, and I've been doing this, like I said, since I was about 11 with homework. So here I write the date I get the work. Here I write the subject it's for and the person it's for, the person I'm going to hand it into, the person who set the work. Here I write what the work is, I describe all of the things that I have to do. And at this side I write the day it is due. And I tend to put the day of the week as well because that's like more meaningful than a number. And I can instantly see like this is more urgent because this needs to be handed on Monday. So does this one. That one's Tuesday, that one Wednesday, and that one's not till Sunday. And it's really easy to prioritise them like that. And then each one gets 2 ticks at the end, one for when it's completed and one for when it's handed in. Because it's easy for me to complete work, tick it off, and then forget to hand it in, and that's obviously a bit of a problem. Let me show you how I fold this up. I think that's important. I spent months figuring out the best way to fold this when I was younger. So I take it like this, and I fold it in half, kind of that way. I don't know how to explain it, just watch. Fold it in half that way, and then take this side and fold it back, and then this side back, and then fold it in half that way. And even that bit was well thought out. I could do it that way, but that's less useful because then I can only see Saturday and Sunday when nothing much happens. If I fold it this way, I can see Monday, I can see stuff on Monday, and I don't have to unfold it. Isn't that clever? So you've got to fold it up, you take it out of your pocket, then it's out, just like that. And then I found it was better to turn it that way to get to the stuff on the back. The top of the homework sheet is on the left-hand edge of the timetable. Just these little details make it a much more usable timetable. So that's what I do. I'll go through all of the work I got last term, if you're interested. If you're not, stop watching now. The first thing was a slide I had to make for a talk I had to do on what I did last summer, which will eventually become a video. I've got that footage somewhere. Then I got some concurrent and distributed systems work, mathematical methods work, computer design work, software engineering work, prologue work, more computer design work, and more mathematical methods work. So this is like I must have finished and handed this first piece of computer design work in, then I got given more. And then they carry over week to week. So moving on to like week 3/4, that computer and mathematical methods work is now at the top. With some more details, I've actually filled it in this time. Then logic and proof, prologue, software engineering. Moving on again, mathematical methods and prologue. Prologue, this keeps carrying over week to week. This was after the supervisions ended. I didn't finish all of the work for the supervisions, and I thought it would just get forgotten about, but it didn't. My supervisor wanted to see the work at some point in the term, and I just never got around to doing it. It's week after week, prologue, finish all work is in the list. Computer design again, then we started graphics, more mathematical methods. This is another recurring theme. What are we up to now? Week 5/6. It's really weird because Cambridge weeks start on a Thursday, so they're always split. I tried last year to start the timetable on a Thursday instead of a Monday, but I preferred to be more logical, like the rest of the world. Concurrent and distributed systems, computer design, mathematical methods, computer graphics, C and C++, algorithms 2, computer design, prologue, and mathematical methods. So this was like the middle of term. By then I was getting a lot of work, a week's worth of work. We're meant to spend like 4 hours on each piece. That's a lot to do. Moving towards the end of term, week 6/7, computer design, algorithms 2, C and C++, mathematical methods, prologue, mathematical methods, logic and proof, computer design, and graphics. You see here mathematical methods appeared twice because this one was the actual supervision work for the mathematical methods supervisor. This one was for my director of studies. He was helping me a bit more with that course. Week 7/8, so starts to get a bit more sparse, looking better now. I colour-coded this week, isn't that nice? Mathematical methods again, every week I had mathematical methods and prologue. I just never got round to doing these. In fact, I still haven't. I need to do that this weekend. More mathematical methods, algorithms 2, C and C++, logic and proof. And then the last one I did for term, this covers the vacation as well. Mathematical methods, prologue, C and C++, logic and proof, further Java, prologue, assessed exercise, C and C++ assessed exercise, graphics and algorithms 2. In fact, I've done some of these. This has been my Christmas work. So, mathematical methods and prologue, still haven't done. I will do them. C and C++, no. Logic and proof, no. Further Java, I did that. I'm going to tick that off. Prologue assessed exercise, I've done that. C and C++, no. Graphics, yes. Algorithms, yes. I hope this can at least encourage you to be organised, because it is really, really important to be organised in every part of life, isn't it? That's what I do. I'd love to know what you do. If you've got some particular methods that you use to keep yourself organised, leave a comment, let me know, and thanks for watching.